look a little better. You're getting your feathers back. Welcome back to another day in this beautiful journey of life. Currently we're waiting on Jason, so I'm just gonna let you know what this video is. It's kind of last minute, off cuff, but I really just want to reminisce over the last 3 years when we started restoring this property in June 2022. The house was abandoned. It was an abandoned property. It did have a water well and a septic. And I just want to kind of just timestamp where we are at the end of 2025, coming into 2026. So I do have a little timeline here because everything's basically just a blur. And as I said, like as you're going day by day, it seems slow and it doesn't seem like you're getting a whole lot done. These little steps are small. Sometimes they seem insignificant and like you're not doing a whole lot. But over the long course of time, a year, 2 years, 3 years now, 3+ years, you can really see how far you've come and all those little steps. They really do add up as long as you're just willing to put in the effort and the work just little by little and not get discouraged and frustrated, because some days you move in leaps and bounds and other times you take a step forward and 10 steps back. So I really just want to timestamp where we are now, because especially in the last year, we got the naughty spruce pine for the walls just last fall. So the finishing of the downstairs is basically, for the most part, finished, except for like base and trim and the appliances and stuff. So we've come a long way in the last year when it comes to finishing. I did write out a little bit of a timeline from what I can remember.
I was reading it yesterday a little bit.
And it was June of 2022 where we set the camper over here, because it was over there. First step was to immediately hook that to the septic and get the camper skirted and insulated, because in order for us to get started in the house,
well, we
needed to make sure the camper could make it through a winter. And we figured
that was priority at the time.
Yeah.
It had to be done first thing, no matter what.
Yeah, getting the camper set up, and there's a water well, but nothing was plumbed. Everything in the house, all plumbing and wiring, it all needed demoed, but it didn't have electric. So immediately after getting the camper skirted and insulated, first step was electric. So,
well, the well was hooked up, but it wasn't hooked to the house. It was just a hose spigot hanging out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You plugged it into the generator and it just pumped. Well, the house was always fed through the cistern. The well was punched to replace the cistern, but we're the first people to use that well.
We knew we could pump water using the hose to fill our tanks through the winter, but we needed to have the electric installed before winter if we wanted to continue coming down like on the weekends to work in the house, because we're doing this with jobs and debt free. So just going little as we go. So he immediately started trenching for electric. We spent all summer pushing to get the electric in. It was near fall of 22. So we got the electric in, very excited about that. Had internet ran because I work from home, so that was needed as well. And then we didn't think we were gonna be able to get to the water, but we did. October, we started running the plumbing from the well to the pressure tank in the basement.
Okay.
And then we bought a 100-foot hose to act as our water line to the camper.
100-foot heated hose.
By the end of October, we were hooked to the septic, we had the electric, and we got the water line hooked up to the camper, which we didn't think was gonna happen. We thought we were gonna be pumping water. So coming into November, we were good to continue, well, to actually start here in the farmhouse. And the priority in here was to get my office built, because I work from home and I had to have a space to work. So before we could move to the property permanently, we needed to have that. That whole first year, we drove back and forth. We were just coming down on the weekends because we needed to get established. So the first room in the farmhouse was the office. We started that in November. Let's go see the office.
Your office is sick.
Office was the first room in the house to get finished. So it's right off the front door. Here's the front door. Come in the front door. And to the left is my office. So here's the office. Oh. And all of the wood on these walls. Ugh.
Everything in here is handmade. Absolutely everything is handmade. The only thing I did not make by hand is the casing going around the doorways. Both doors. That was the only thing we bought in here. Oh, the metal.
All of the wood on all of the walls was from lumber that Grandpa had milled from the property himself. And we spent all winter planing that down, sanding it.
It was 470 hours of sanding in this room.
Routering
estimated
the edges to make it tongue and groove so it fit together perfectly, you know, so it's all smooth and the same thickness. All winter we spent. But that's what makes it special.
Yeah.
This room is so
That's what
special.
makes this room what it is that it's handmade.
Also able to save some of these beams and leave them open because, I mean, they're all like hand cut.
Yeah, everything in here is axe hewn. Everything that they made here was all cut by a hand ran sawmill. It was like a hand crank with a belt that spun the blade, and they would cut everything. You could still see axe marks and everything on all the beams, and you could on these ones too. But when us sanding them, you lost it all.
Yeah, it's so pretty. We don't know when the house was built exactly, but we do know it was late 1800s at the earliest. So 19th century. Look at.
Well, I'm guessing between like 1825 and like 1850 or 1860 is kind of what I'm thinking. Mainly because the newspapers that we're finding that they used for their first row of insulation were dated to it was 1896, but you gotta think of the time involved with not only cutting the trees down and clearing the land. They had to dig the hole by hand for the foundation. They had to set all those blocks by hand for the foundation. Then they had to lumber all the mill, all the wood. That's going to take time.
The nails.
Every nail I have.
Yeah. The upstairs is unfinished, and that's what the entire place looked like. So you'll get to see like what it looked like before and what it looks like now. It's hard to believe.
Old square nails. Those are all handmade before they had machines that spit them out. It's a square nail. I found so many of them, but this one was in good shape, so I kept it. It'll be in a frame.
That's really cool. We've also got a lot of arrowheads too. My great uncle, my grandpa's brother, finds all over the property. So
yeah, he said down here on Black Fox Run, the creek that runs through the property, that there was a settlement down here on the property.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, he finds them everywhere. All right, so that was end of 22, coming into 23. We built the office, and it's about April or May 2023. You started running the electric and plumbing for the washer and dryer in the basement, and we moved everything from the house in town into the office, and basically just everything we needed into the camper. And July of 2023 was when we started staying here at the property full-time. That was also the same week we moved in. The very next weekend was when we went out and got a coop and our very first laying hens.
Was really the following weekend?
Yeah, we did that the very next weekend.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I did keep some other square nails.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
These things are absolutely horrible to try to pull out. And I mean, if you look, there's no point. It is literally just a blunt end. Can you imagine trying to drive that into solid oak?
No.
I can barely get a real nail through it.
July 23, we moved, started staying here at the property full-time, and we got our very first flock of laying hens. Mind you, this is a whole new lifestyle for us.
Yeah, we're city boys.
Wait, so the rest of that summer of 2023, we basically scrubbed out the ugly. We got our mailbox put in. A lot of the siding from the house had blown off because the house was abandoned for like 60 or so years.
Correction. You're wrong. The siding was taken off purposefully because children came up and broke all the windows out of the top floor. That's why these are wooden windows and those are trailer windows. Your grandpa had to take the siding off to put new windows in.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did he tell you that?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so a lot of the siding wasn't on the house, so Jason spent
the whole second story was off.
The entire summer putting the siding back on, getting all the windows sealed.
Reglazed, resealed. It was horrible.
He spray painted the entire house.
I didn't spray paint it. I painted it professionally, not spray paint.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right.
But I did spray.
He used a spray gun.
Okay.
It wasn't spray paint.
It was spray paint.
He also got one of the buildings painted, and that's when he picked it out without me, and it was supposed to be brown, and it turned out purple. When the sun hits it, right?
I'll never remember that.
End of the year, 2023, was when we completely cleaned out the house in town. We moved everything in and it all got shoved in the room upstairs. We just cleaned that room out last weekend. Everything we own materially that's not in here, or tools in a building, all fits in the closet upstairs. 20 years of life in a closet, and we officially moved everything we had to the property, so there wasn't any more having to worry about the house in town. That was the end of 2023. Another thing, we're not just working on the house and that's it. Like, the remodel here in the house is basically a winter project. Spring to fall is all outside stuff. Gardening, raising meat chickens, upgrading the property, taking care of the property.
Summer times for outside work.
Yeah, we're only working in the house through the winter, so keep that in mind too. Winter of 23, you started in the entryway replacing that floor because that floor was rotten and falling through. It also had the exterior wall where the framing was rotten. You had to completely redo that whole exterior
She did
wall.
that. I walked her through it, but she reframed a wall of a building standing.
And the floor and the wall and the entryway. So this is the entryway. Out here, there was no floor in this room, so he had to put, what are the floor things called? Floor joist?
Yeah. 2x8 floor joists.
He put the floor joist in here, and this whole wall. It was here. Was it over here too? Or just
No, it was just
this wall?
from this side of the door to about middle of the window. So it was this whole corner from the roof leaking.
Yeah.
Everything was rotten.
We try to put priority on the things that are most crucial and just make those little steps forward. So we're now at the end of 2023.
There's wet polyacrylic out here, just so you know.
We put the Christmas tree in the office for the very first time at the farmhouse. Yep. And then winter of 23 coming into 2024 was when we started the second room here in the farmhouse, getting a real toilet.
I almost said the living room.
So it was demoing out the half bath, which we have here, and building a half bath. So we have a real toilet to use.
And don't buy cedar from Home Depot or Lowe's.
Yeah, we put cedar in here and it looks so bad. It's
I
gonna
love
have to
the
be
cedar,
redone.
I love the smell, but it's garbage, it's blowing apart, it's moving. It is nailed and glued, and it's popped loose everywhere.
So here's the half bath. I've got this in a wide angle too, so it's very small. What do you
I
think
was super excited to have a sink to wash things off in.
Yeah. And then we put this light in here, which is really cool. It's got the underglow. Look at
Night
that.
light.
That's cool, huh?
Night light.
Yeah, so we did cedar in here and I really love the look at it, but it's just popping everywhere. So
The house isn't moving. There's no way the house is moving.
let me put just a little door there. But we have the toilet, so that was the important part. Don't recommend that.
Yeah, that bathroom is small.
That's shiplap too. It's not tongue and groove, which I think is part of the issue.
Yes, and we glued everything together, and it being cedar, it should have absorbed that glue. Why it's popping, I honestly don't know.
I think it's just cheap shiplap, to be honest. It's so thin.
So when I order the pine for the upstairs to finish off our bedroom and whatever we're gonna do upstairs with the naughty pine, I'm probably gonna rip it out of there and replace it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so second room was early 2024. That was a half bath. That was also the first time we hiked the property, looked into timbering, and found all our boundary lines. It was also the first time we had a predator attack and lost our first lay-in chicken in the spring of 24. And then he started framing and wiring in the kitchen, which we'll come back to. And we moved upstairs. So let's go upstairs and you can see what the entire place looked like before we started.
You want to go to our bedroom first.
Shall we go downstairs? Oh, I guess we will when we get to the furnace. All right, so we're coming upstairs. Stairs are directly from the front door.
And it's all open. It looks good when there's the blocks, barricades not up.
I liked your comment in the last one where this is the real 1800s.
Yeah.
You come up here to the
19th
upstairs.
century house.
Yeah, you step back into the 1800s. Look how wide those boards are. I have
Yeah,
this in a
them
wide
things
angle.
are monsters.
That's got to be at least 2 foot, one board.
I have it covered up. There's a bigger one over here. There's one here.
It's really
This
cool.
board, there used to be a doorway over here.
Oh yeah, tell them about that.
This used to be a doorway. Right here. And this board, these two boards were spun around on the other side of this wall, making a closet for the bedroom. When I moved this board, it took everything I had to pick it up. I'm telling you, that one board is easily 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Easily.
Upstairs,
It's nothing.
we've only got one room that's framed and has wiring with lights and outlets.
No, we got 3 rooms framed, 4 rooms framed.
Oh yeah, you do have them framed. This is the only one with electric though.
Yep.
Lights and outlets. So we're at the top of the stairs here. To the left is a bedroom. This will be our bedroom. Right now it's the cutting room.
Yeah, this is what the house looked like before we started. The only thing I've done in here is a little bit of demo work. That's it. This is my cut room.
Yeah, so this wall went all the way across. There was a wall right here. We ended up cutting that out and moving the walls that were in the bathroom. That way we could lay it out the way we wanted to. So that we cut that wall out and it's gonna be like a long closet. And then it's also got a door into the bathroom.
If you wanna go into there, give me just 2 seconds and you can.
As you can see, Hopefully you can see. This is what the entire house looks like. So this room still needs wired.
This is coming soon.
Coming soon. Stay tuned. So at the top of the steps, directly forward, we've got the second bedroom, which is where he started in the spring of 24. After framing and wiring the kitchen, he come up here, got this all demoed out, got it framed, wired with lights and outlets, framed in a closet over here. And this, everything that's not in my office downstairs in the buildings or in the camper, what we brought is all in that closet. That's everything we brought from the house. 20 years. So we've got the stairway and the upstairs all blocked off to keep the heat down there. So let me show you now the bathroom, which is to the right of the stairs. So we come in here. This little pocket was here. And then this wall, this was also walled off.
When you're in there,
the doorway there. So we cut a door open, a doorway here, and we've got for a closet up here. And then when you come into the bathroom, you've got this little part here. Can you see it? Yeah, right here.
It's like a 5x6 area.
This will be where the toilet goes. And then straight ahead into the bathroom.
Toilet and knee wall.
There was a wall right here at like that first stud.
The bathroom ended right here.
And there was a wall with a doorway right where he's standing. So we took that wall out and we pushed it back to allow for a closet. So now our layout.
Bathtub's gonna be, tub and shower is gonna be right here. I haven't made my mind up if we're gonna go with a 34 inch or a 36 inch. I like the idea of a 36 inch, just.
Me too.
I'm a little bigger guy, huh?
I'm a big tub.
And that will actually come the entire way down to here. So all of this is tub and shower. And then just a small sink right here. I wanted a his and hers sinks over here.
Plumbing didn't work out that way though. The spring of 23, we got this all demoed, you got it framed out, took the walls out,
Gutted
Yeah.
everything.
framed back up where we wanted our walls, added that closet, took out those walls, filled it all in. We've got a doorway here through the bathroom that goes to the closet. Da-da-da-da. I've always dreamed of having a walk-in closet.
Yeah.
It's not going to be big, but it's long and it's more than enough. We're also going to put a washer dryer up here too.
Yeah, the main washer and dryer will be up here.
Yeah. So from the bathroom to the closet, and then you got your long walkway that goes back to our bedroom. It just makes a loop.
You know, it's not a big closet, but I think it's going to be quite convenient.
Yeah.
By the time we get bars and stuff built in there, it's going to be tight walking through it.
Yeah, it'll be good.
But it's a closet.
Yep. That's the upstairs. This is what the entire house looked like when we started. And we're now into spring of 2024, which was when we put in the 30 by 60 garden, started our first seeds, got those planted, and then we decided we knew we wanted, a big priority of ours was to start raising and growing our own food. So garden was obvious, started that. And we also got our very first Cornish cross meat chickens. And rather than just, dipping our feet into the water and getting like 10 or 15,
Yeah, we don't do things like that.
We decided to get 50 of them.
Go big or stay home.
In the spring of 23. Which
We like to be risky. To an extent.
All right, spring of 23, we got our first 50 Cornish cross meat birds. We were also out in the garden. We added to our laying flock. It installed a whole house backup generator. Oh, this was also when we lost our little Cooper. A dog that's been with us basically our entire relationship. He was 17 years old. We lost him, but we're really happy. You know, he come in, he was here a few years, he loved it.
Yeah, he was around for everything. The good, the bad.
He was with us through all of it. We lost Cooper. We built the root cellar in the basement. This was also summertime. We were doing a lot of things outside, gardening.
Oh, that
raising
summer
the
it
chickens.
was crazy. I was trimming trees and doing the driveway and
Put the
keeping up with
generator in.
fields. Yeah, installed the generator.
That was another thing, was the gravel in the driveway. And at this point, we're into August. We're starting to harvest and pull vegetables, start canning, which was a first for us.
And at that point, when it's harvest season with our garden, it's all hands on deck.
July, we also butchered and processed all of our meat birds, which was a first as well. Harvest, preserving, canning in August. September was when we got the wood furnace.
That was so unbelievable.
September 24, we installed the wood furnace. You want to go check out the basement? Might as well. This is a timestamp on where we are with everything, so. Let's go to the basement through the
I
entryway.
estimate that we're pretty close to the halfway mark with the inside of the house.
Through the kitchen. We've got a door to my right that goes over to
This is the farm door.
the chickens in the farm. Go down to the basement and turn you around. Go downstairs. All right. Down the stairs to the basement. To the left.
This place is super cool. I'm stealing the camera for a second.
Hold on, come here.
Look at all of these beams. Look at this. They're all hand done, axe hewn. I mean, they're trees. They're not even beams. I mean, they still got the knots in them.
Yeah, they're trees.
Yeah, they are so cool. And everything's dovetailed. There are no nails in any of these beams holding anything together.
Yeah. All those axe cut marks.
And they're solid oak.
I also forgot to say, it was that first summer when we moved in, 23. We also redid this water, all these water lines and stuff, and had the water filtration system put in, which was something that I forgot about.
Was that? Yeah, that was the beginning of 23.
Yeah, when we moved in, because we wanted to make sure the water was clean.
Safe.
Yeah, safe.
Yeah, and around here, everything's been mined around us. We're in coal country here. Like, everything has been strip mined. Everything is hard water. Luckily, our property has never been strip mined, but everything around us has. Our well is 30 feet deep. Super shallow, because it's never been stripped.
Again, we're in northwest Pennsylvania. All right, so we're at the bottom of the stairs. To the left is the cellar door, which I also forgot you built a cellar door on the outside for that too.
Yeah, it just stopped the rain.
I don't remember that.
The rain and the cold.
24, I think. This is also where our deep freezers live. Here's the root cellar I was saying he built, which was summer
24.
Yeah, summer of 24. We put in the root cellar. 5 by 8.
There's a seam right here.
Is that root
Yeah,
cellar?
I don't remember. 5 by 8 sounds about
We also, he just put in like a air fan to try and help bring the cold air in here. because we were having issues.
Well, it wasn't designed to have 100-degree outside temperature. When that wood stove's cranking, like down here now, it's hot. It's warm.
Yeah, we put the root cellar in before the wood stove, and we didn't really think about that. So this may end up coming out if we can't figure out how to control temperature.
Yeah, but
come on, Naya. Come on, kitty. You're gonna get stuck in there. Come on.
Out here, we're 70. $55 in here.
Oh, it's definitely really helped.
And I have it on low.
All right, we need to hurry up. This video is getting very long. Okay, so we're at the end of 24. September 24, he installed the wood furnace and the chimney pipe, which has been a freaking game changer. Also, all the air vents.
The whole heating system was put in there in November of last year.
I have September. Maybe it was November.
No, you're right, September, because then I got sick. And
yeah, that was also when Naya had knee surgery. We integrated our new chickens with the old ones, and we basically spent all winter recovering her and doing therapy and exercises.
Walking all over the country.
Yeah, she was in recovery from knee surgery.
Good girl.
All winter of 2024. And that was when Jason also started framing, insulating the living room. He ran the electric out there. We bought our pallet of Naughty Spruce Pine, and that was the beginning of finishing. So that brings us into this last year of 2025, where we started the finishing and installing all the Naughty Spruce Pine on the wall. New Year's 2024 coming into 2025. New Year's Eve, we installed the sliding glass door here in the living room. That's what we were doing on New Year's last year. This time last year was installing the slider. New Year's coming into 2025, we installed the slider in the kitchen. He started hanging all the plank on the walls here in the kitchen. All winter was spent here in the kitchen getting that done. Yeah, at April, May, you built the custom entertainment center here in the living room. Look at that. Look how cool that is. We love it.
Yeah, it turned out real nice. Check out the lights.
Oh yeah.
With my speakers.
You're not finished with those lights.
There's gonna be a fireplace on the bottom here.
Yes, there will be an electric fireplace. Hung the plank here in the living room. Get a good look at the living room. Put the ceiling in. And then we were coming back into summer, which means we were in the garden, started our seeds, growing the garden all year, keeping up with the property.
Which?
Incubated our eggs for the first time, started cutting out dead standing timber for firewood. He put the new roof on this back entry, the porch out there. It needed a post, a whole new roof out there.
I had to jack the roof up. The whole roof was sagging. We had to fix the roof.
And we did not get our meat chickens in spring this year because it was we had such a bad year in the spring with all the rain and cold. We decided to hold off and do them in the fall, and it went so good this year. It was so good.
Yeah, that's normally your decision because that's kind of.
I feel like the first year was just so bad. I knew it couldn't be any worse. But
she likes to go and feed and move them, so she deals with that.
Yeah. Fall for us here in Northwest Pennsylvania was definitely so much better for meat chickens. We got our 50 meat birds in the fall. Spent, fall harvesting, preserving, canning, butchering, processing the meat chickens. And then August was when we got the cabinets here in the kitchen. I got those hung, stained, all of that done. So here's our cabinets.
I think that it's amazing that you can remember this stuff and draw it back just thinking about it.
It took me a while, and I forgot about a lot too.
Blows my freaking mind.
September this year, we installed the floor, the LVP.
LV.
Isn't
You're
it
right.
plank? Yeah,
You're right.
luxury vinyl plank.
I almost said T.
Yeah, I did too. I had tea and I was like, no, that's planks. So we got the flooring in. You did the window and door jams out here in the living room, because at some point he had done them in the kitchen. And then
I did that at the same time I did the wood, right after I did the wood.
we did some winter prep through October, November, garden cleanup. And then just in December, we finished out, just a couple weeks ago, we finished out the palette of the Naughty Spruce Pine. I'm gonna shoot you with those lights. We finished out the palette of the Naughty Spruce Pine that we got fall of last year, and he got it hung around the front door out here and through the hall back here, and finished out the last few pieces going up the stairwell on the same day that we put the Christmas tree up. So all happened in perfect timing, and here we are. We finished out that plank and you got it up there. We trimmed out, we put trim around the windows here in the living room.
We trimmed all the casing out, all of it.
Okay, it was all of it, yeah. All the casing, the trim. He had done the window seals in between other projects throughout. And that brings us to the end of 2025, which is wild. So I just wanted to do a timestamp and just show where we are to have.
The rest of this
Looking back.
year, I will be finishing the polyacrylic so I can put the floors in. Hopefully right out of the new year. Hopefully on New Year's.
Maybe that's what we'll be doing this new year. But I wanted to have a timestamp of everything and just go through, because doing it day by day, it can seem so slow and long, and you know, it just seems like everything takes forever. But then when you look back over a year or 2 years or 3 years, it's hard to believe it's been over 3 years. You can really see all those little steps you put in over that long period of time.
Yeah, you're starting to see it all pay off here.
Yeah, it's really starting to look like a home. For so long, it's just felt like going to work, you know.
It's just been a job site. Yeah, it's just been a job site. I still look at it as just a job site.
Yeah, it wasn't even like in our heads, like this is gonna be our house. Like we knew that, but it didn't feel like it, you know. Now with it coming together and all the wood up, and you can actually start seeing what it looks like it's starting to feel like home.
Super
Yeah,
excited and super anxious.
Getting really excited, really excited.
Can't wait to live here. I just want to live here.
I wish I would have gotten more before pictures,
Well, I've got quite a few on my phone.
like from the very beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning. Yep.
Because I didn't get a lot, and it just all, I was like, oh, I'll have time, everything, it's gonna go slow, I'll have time, and before you knew it, like, here we are 3.5 years later.
Well, those first few months coming down here, it was a get in, work as hard as you can, try to get as much as you can, because you only had a couple hours.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It
We
just
had
felt,
all this wood and stuff to move, and the grass was this high, and it was crazy.
and that's what I mean, it just felt like a lot of slow, long, like insignificant little things, but none of it's insignificant. You know, they all matter. They all move you forward, and like over time, you just keep going and going and going. You know, 6 months, it's a year, it's We're 3 years down. It's so hard to believe that it's been over 3 years. But that's it. Just wanted to do a little timestamp and reminisce about all the years and how far we've come, especially this last year. Like 2025. At the beginning of this year, the entire house looked like the upstairs.
Well, I told her,
Yeah,
so
it's
when I
gonna go
get
quick.
that wood and it's
Yeah.
actually finish time,
It did.
not
too.
stopping, and I said it's gonna go quick.
It went quick.
You know, the wood goes up quick.
Yeah.
The wood does.
Yeah.
Getting it finished and trimmed and actually done, that takes time.
Yeah.
But when it comes to actually installing it, it goes up pretty quickly.
Yeah,
And I
it's
have
wild.
never had that much fun in my entire
Oh,
life.
yeah. That's the best part, too. You know, so many people most people, it's just like, hurry up and get to the end. Hurry up and get it done. And the best part is just doing it. You know, the
Yeah.
journey along the way.
Get in there and get your hands dirty.
This is the time, like, when we're 60 years, 70, you know, when we look back on our memories, like, these are the times we're going to be talking about.
I don't think it'll ever be done. But yes, you're right. Yep. To take something like this on without, don't eat my eggs.
Oh, that's another thing, yeah. No blueprints.
Yeah,
Just
no blueprints.
having to be 100 steps ahead on everything. All right, we got to end this. It's way too long, but
No, it's not.
that's 2025, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. I hope you have a Happy New Year, and I'm excited for what the next year is going to bring. I can't.
Off to the upstairs, you'll start seeing different rooms and
Yeah. I'm excited.
yep. Go up, do some framing and some electrical. I don't want the electrical to be over. Go ahead, I'm done.
All right, well, that's it. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. You say bye, babe?
of rain on a tin roof above reminds me of grace, reminds me of love. Every small wonder, I let it unfold, living each moment before it grows old. I wanna chase the light, not the empty goals. Follow the fire, it's burning in my soul. In the rustle of leaves, in the rivers that roll, I keep finding what fills my soul. Time's gonna fade, but the memories stay. So I'll hold on tight to the gift of today. Peace in the silence, joy in the sound. The beauty of life is all around. I wanna chase the light, not the empty goals. Follow the fire, it's burning in my soul. In the laughter and tears, in the stories we know, I keep finding what fills my soul. It's the little things, the smallest signs. The love I've been searching for was here the whole time. Breathe it in deep, let the moment take hold. That's what fills my soul.